webinar series for our Michell University. Today we're going to be working with SAP Business One, and we're going to go over the Sales Opportunity module. This webinar is being recorded. It'll be available on our website, so you can visit us at www.michellgroup.com to view this as well as the others in our training series. For the purpose of the demo today, we're going to be working with SAP version 9.0, but this functionality is also available in the earlier versions. Let's talk a little bit about some concepts, and we'll talk about the Sales Opportunity module itself. So you can see here that we have a module called Sales Opportunity, as well as our normal sales in AR. In Sales Opportunities, we can actually go ahead and set up our sales cycle. What we can do is we can go in so we can track everything and actually potential sales or potential customers before they come about. Another concept that we're familiar with when working with SAP is the concept of the business partner. So we know that when we open up the business partner master, we can have customers, vendors, and leads. Leads work with the sales opportunity. Basically, a lead is a potential customer. With the lead, we can track the sales opportunity. We can also do quotations and sales orders to that lead. Once the deal is done and the order is accepted, we want to deliver merchandise or create the invoice, we can then turn that lead into a customer. So you'll see that as we go through the process of how that works. The sales opportunity will also work with existing customers, so you can also do this with existing customers as well. But the nice thing about the lead, it allows you to build up all that information, and if the deal does not go through, then we don't have all these customers that are not really customers that are in our file. So let's go through some of the setup. So we're going to go into administration, setup, and we're going to look at the sales opportunity. And here we can do some things. The most important is the sales stages. And you can see I have this set up for mine. And again, this is unique to your business model, so you can create it. In this one, since we sell software, we're going to set this up. So we're going to have a lead. Once we qualify the lead, we see if it's a good lead. We have a 6% chance of closing the deal. The next stage would be the first meeting. In here, we have our meeting. If we get past the first meeting, we have a 20% chance of closing, and so on. We'll have maybe a second meeting. Here's stage 3. Once we get past that, we're at 50% closing, and then we go to the quotation. We create a quote. We do some negotiation, and then we just have other here. So you can see how the percentage obviously increases as we go along. As we move along, the chances of closing the deal are greater and greater. And again, you can go ahead here and just add, and you can change the order here. So in this case, we want to say an SAP demo, let's say. We can go in here, and we're going to just change this to a 7. I'm going to make this a 6. 5, 4, and 3. Let's go here, and we could put, say, 98. Have that in there. Let's actually, we're going to have to create it first. And so on. We can change the orders here, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this one here. So we're going to make this equal to 4, 5. We do this real quick without deleting anything. We'll make this 7, and we'll make this 3. We're going to have to go one at a time, but you can see the concept here, how we can go ahead and we can change these, so we can just remove these and take them out. So again, the important thing would be creating the sales stages. Here, we'd have to actually just delete these one at a time and put them in. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to leave it right here. So we can, again, we see our stages set up, our percentage of closing, and so on. We can also have partners. So we can list partners and our relationship with that partner that we can set up here. So partners can be outside, other people we're working with in order to close this deal. You can see how they're related to, if they're related to a specific VP or they're a VP, you can actually relate them this way to that. You can also put your competitors. Again, who you're dealing with in this, who you're going against. You can set up your competitors as well as the threat level. Again, low, medium, and high. You can set this information up. So again, you don't have to use all this, but it's nice to set up. You can also do a relationship description, the relationship between you and your partners and so on. Again, this can all be set up. And that's under administration, setup, and under the sales opportunity. You can set that up. So now let's go look at the sales opportunity. Here's our opportunity. I'm just going to drag this and drop it over here so I can come back to it a lot easier. I'm going to open it up, and you can see the sales opportunity window. Let's go to the first one. Okay. You can see this is an existing customer. So if we look here at Norm, you can see that Norm is an existing customer. And you can see he has an account balance, his aging, he has some orders, and he actually has 6 opportunities here. If I click on this, I can access it as well, and I can look at all the ones that Norm has. You can see also the stages they're at. So again, you can see we're at 80% closing. You can give the opportunity a name to make it easier to find. SAP will just create a number for it. You can look at the total amount involved here. His invoices, some information here. This is the potential. Okay, here's the potential closing date, the potential amount. So here's what we think the deal is going to be. Here's the weighted amount, because with the 80%, we can throw in a gross profit and a gross profit total. So we can put all this information here. Again, we can have levels of interest, or we can define new, or we can put those levels here, whatever we want to do. We can also look at related documents. If we have any related documents, you can call those up. On the general, again, you can just do some other stuff. So he's a BP. You can look at the BP channel codes. Maybe we're working with another business partner as well. Again, you can put this information in. If this is related to projects, if we're using projects, okay, we can actually go here and say this is part of this World Cup Expo project. And again, information sources. You can define, again, where this came from. This is nice. If it came from our marketing, our website, you can, again, create this information here. And you can also define different industries if you want to work in those industries. Here you can enter remarks if you want to type information into the system as well. Here's my stages. So you can see here that we're in this stage. If I was to go here and right-click and delete this row, you can see now that I went to 60%, again, because of my stages. So we're at 60% of the deal because we got past the first stage, got past the second stage, and right now we're in that third stage. Remember, that's 60%. So if I go here, let's add a row, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to put a closing date today. And again, there's the salesperson that's working with this. Remember, that salesperson is coming from our business partner up here. So if I go here and I put this into the SAP demo, you can see right away I went to 98%. So I can go into that stage, and I can do it at 98%. So I'm there. And again, it's going to show you my information. Again, we can list our partners here. If we had any of those partners defined, we can list our competitors. We have a summary, kind of shows you what's going on, any of the documents that are involved, if we had quotes out there, and we can also do attachments. This is standard in SAP and all the modules. You can actually just attach here outside. So maybe this is a signed quote. Again, you're going to just go ahead here, and again, this is just a purchase quote. So we're going to just go here and look at that kind of stuff. And again, you have our related documents. And on that summary, you can see right now this is open. We can track this as won or loss. Okay, this will show you later in an opportunity report so we can track our stages. So this is the main part of the sales opportunity. Again, the main part is going through here. You can look at this one here. You can see this one is at 20%. Again, here's the potential of what the deal is going to be. here's our stages where we're at. Again, we're at our first meeting, so at our 20%, and so on. So you can access them through here. You can also, as you said, access them through the business partners. And you can also, again, if this was a lead, you can actually do it that way. If I have a graph, let's say this one here. And again, you can see that this is a lead. You can see that's a lead. Again, the lead is just like the business partner, except you notice here there's no AR and there's no deliveries because this is the information. So it's actually nice because what you can do is if your sales cycle tends to be long, this could be going on for a couple of years, you can already have all the information. So you can have all the contact information, all the different addresses. Okay, you can define all this information here, again, about the lead, and then when he becomes a customer, it's just a matter of changing this to customer and clicking update. But again, you can see it's done in a lead fashion. And again, this is a salesman person, Sophie here. And again, same thing. You're looking at this was 20% because we're at the first stage. That's under sales opportunity. Under sales opportunity module, that is our sales opportunity. Let's look at some of the reports, and I want to focus on two reports, and then we'll go through the other ones. The first one is I want to show you is the stage analysis. This is good because, again, since we have those stages, we're just going to go ahead and run it for everybody right here. So again, we're looking at, here's the stages. Here's those percentages we put in. This is the actuals, where we're at. Again, general. This is the leads in the stage. So again, here's my salespeople. So I have Bill, Sophie, Brad, and Jim. Again, I could go here, and I can put, again, my dates, and I can go do my sales employees, and I can do it this way if I wanted to. Call up Sophie. And click OK. And then you can see I have Sophie. I can also, once I'm in the graph, to refresh it, instead of going in and out, I can actually do it here. So if I go here and I choose, let's say, Sophie this way, I can also do it this way. So it's easier just when you come in to leave this blank and then just do it right through here. So again, let's look at let's go and look at just the leads. We're going to highlight leads. We're going to click refresh. Now we're just looking at the leads. Again, we have our graphs. We like the graph. You have it here. Again, you can print all the graphs. So maybe we want to do that. We want to look at, say, we have Sophie on that one as well. Again, so now we're just looking at the stage, the leads of Sophie. So again, you can do this. If you want to look at all of them, you can also do it this way. Let's go and look at these first two, and we want to look at, say, all salespeople. And we click refresh. You can also display opportunities that are expired or closing. So this, again, is a nice report. This is really nice if you have your stages set up correctly for your business. You can use these stages, again, in this report to do the analysis to see where we are and the stages. Maybe in this case, maybe, I don't know, one of your sales, Sophie, may be overwhelmed, maybe have a lot of leads, and then somebody like Brad doesn't, so you may want to make a decision from your sales department to go ahead and switch those around. But again, a lot of things you can do with that. A very nice report to work with. And again, here's the report here. And that's our opportunities report. That's our stage analysis report. The other one I want to show you is the opportunities pipeline. This is nice, again, in a graphical form. Same concept. All right. Remember, we can select. Right now, we're looking at everything. So here we are. But again, we can, let's say we want to look at VPs. And let's just take Norm because we know Norm was out there. So we're going to select Norm. And again, we hit our refresh. You can see how we change. So here we're just looking at Norm. Again, expected total versus the weighted. You can see a little bit of movement in the graph versus closing percentages. Over here, if we just want to clear this, uncheck it, refresh. So again, same principle. We're looking down here. You can see everything here you want. Again, if you want it, you can also do it with documents because remember there are some documents that are involved here. So we can also do on the quoting side. So we don't have anything in quote mode. Again, we can go here to say Sophie. And again, we're looking at that. So a nice report. Again, you can see where you are. You can see like graphs. You can do it here in static. You can also do it in a dynamic over time report. Just refresh this. If we go to, here we have a dynamic sales opportunity. What's nice about this, it kind of shows us our wins, losses, and where we won and where we lost over the stages. And again, we can look at this here in static or basically in real time. We can define a time range, and we can see movement over time. Play it like this and let it automatically play. And again, we can see what's going on. So we can see, obviously, our different opportunities, our different weights based on the size. You can see we have a win, and we won it in the order stage. We won that one in the order stage. We lost this in the negotiation stage. We lost this one in the quote, and so on. So again, we're just tracking over time to see where we are at this moment. You can see these two were won. This one was lost in the stage. We can click on it, double click, and now we're just in the sales opportunity. So you can see this is 80%. And if you look at the summary, that's how we lost it. You can see we lost it in the negotiation stage. This one here was a win. And again, if you look at the stages, you can see the order here. In the summary, that's where we won it, at the order. So again, very nice. Again, if you like doing the timeline, you can do that. Go back on time. And again, we can just run here. And we're looking at the diff information. Let's automatically run it. So again, we're looking here. So if you like that concept, it's really nice to see that in a movement over time. This is where we are, and this point in time, you can see where we are. So you can see we still have a couple things in the first meeting. Again, and we can look at based on the color. So we can see the blue, the dark blue is Norm. So he's got one here in the quote stage that's pending. And again, you can look at the other stuff, the wins and losses. So it's a nice little report. A lot of our clients like that. You know, it gives you a real time, gives you movement in time. And again, this report right here. There's some other reports. There's a opportunities forecasting report. And again, the same concept works in all these reports. Again, if I'm running it here, I'm running it for everybody. Again, you can also use the standard SAP filters from here. So if you want to look at, say, BP name is equal to Norm. You can also do it that way as well. But again, here's everything, and you can control what you want to see. Again, business partners, territories, salespeople, stages, so on. Let's go back to Sophie again. And again, you're looking at the information from Sophie. Again, good for the sales manager's overall view of what's going on, where we are, what's open. And again, standard SAP, we can always double click and we can sort by the salesperson this way, we can sort by the dates, sort by the stages, and so on. We can do that. It's the same forecasting, but now this is over time. So you can group it here so you can see by month, quarter, year. So what it's doing here, it's giving you the years, 2006, 7, 8, and 9, the amounts, the wins, losses, what we closed. By quarter. There's the different quarters per month. And we can also do it by month. So again, we're looking at over time that we've had the system. You can see here the 12 months, again, of 2006. We only had these few months where we started, and here's all of 7, 8, 9. Again, this is demo data, so you see it here. You can always drill directly in. Total won in that given time frame. You can see here we won these two, number 29 and 30. So again, a lot of nice reports that you can run to look at it. You saw the opportunity statistics report. Again, same type of report. How do you want to group it? Again, here you can expand and collapse because you can see here Norm's got a total of 7. You can double click on it or expand it this way. Be able to and open them up and take a look at what we have. We only have one of these here, so we can do it this way as well. And we can always drill directly into the business partner itself. So there's the opportunity, and there's some more. Again, there's a win-loss reports. You're looking to you want to look at just what we've won. Again, you can set your ranges. Look at it that way. You have lost. You have mine. Okay. My open opportunities. Again, I'm logged in as a manager. I don't have any. I'm not one of the salespeople logged in, so I don't have it that way. And again, there's that pipeline before. So a lot of nice functionality built in to the sales opportunity. What's nice about this is that, again, like we talked about, you can do this. You can also, when it comes to the sales and AR, you can do quotes. Again, you can see that lead. You can actually create a quote for that lead. You can actually create a sales order for that lead as well. It's once we get into the delivery portion, you can see that I cannot, I'm trying to search for the L's, the leads. You cannot do that. You can use leads for sales orders and quotes. But once you're in the delivery stage, because in this case you're affecting inventory and you're affecting general ledger, at this point that lead has to be turned into a customer. So let's recap what we went over today. We looked at SAP Business One's sales opportunities. We know that we can set up an administration, setup, and under sales opportunities, we can create the stages. We can model this after our business practices and our business flow. We can create those stages along the sales cycle and a percentage of close throughout that. We can actually list partners. These are nice because these are not customers or vendors, or just third-party partners that we work with, so we can define those. So if they're involved in the sales cycle, we can have them in. We can look at our competitors. We can see what type of threat those competitors are, if it's a strong threat, a weak threat, a medium threat, or so on. We can do that. We can also define the relationships between, say, our customers and our partners, or us and our partners, and so on. But this is the initial setup in the administration. And then under the sales opportunity module, you have the actual sales opportunity itself. And again, this is what's being tracked. You can give it a name. It defines a number automatically. Remember, it could be for existing business partners and leads, so you can put them in there. Again, you can put the potential of the deal. You can put some general information about the deal. Here's the stages, and most important, where we are. That shows you our percentage. When the quoting, at 60% chance of closing. Again, if we defined any of those partners, we can list the partners here. We can list the competitors here. We have a summary tab that shows you the amount. And again, right now this is open. Eventually this deal is going to be either won or lost, so we can flag it as being won or lost for our reports. And we can put attachments that we can browse and select attachments outside of SAP, maybe a signed quote or something you can put on here. And then we saw our different reports. We have a lot of forecasting reports, some opportunity reports, some win-loss reports, and so on. So again, built-in functionality comes out of the box, part of what they call the SAP CRM 360, this along with the business partners. And you can see that in our business partners here, you can see under norm, and again, with all of them, we have our opportunities here. So we can also drill into here. We can track our opportunities and so on. Okay, well that concludes our webinar today. Like I said, this webinar is being recorded. It'll be available on our website. You can visit us at www.michellgroup.com to view this as well as the others in our training series. And we thank you for your time.